And a good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Andy Gregorio here with a weather update on a very powerful hurricane that has formed over the past 24 hours in the eastern Pacific Ocean and threatens the west coast of Mexico with potentially catastrophic damage. The storm I'm talking about is Eastern Pacific Hurricane Patricia, moving towards the southwestern Mexican coast with making landfall by later today. As of 10 o'clock Central Daylight Time, the center of this Category 5 hurricane was located about 125 miles southwest of Manzanillo, Mexico, and 195 miles to the south of Cabo Corrientes, which is located about right here uh, on the Mexican coast. Maximum sustained winds 200 miles per hour as observed by aircraft reconnaissance data. Minimum central pressure 880 millibars. That's 2599 inches of mercury. This makes Hurricane Patricia not only a Category 5 hurricane, but also the strongest hurricane on record in the National Hurricane Center's area of responsibility, which includes the entire Atlantic Ocean, that's also including the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea, and the eastern Pacific basins. The minimum central pressure estimated from aircraft yesterday is still holding at 880 millibars, 2599 inches of mercury. This is also the lowest pressure ever observed for the National Hurricane Center's AOR, area of responsibility. The storm system is now moving north at about 5 miles per hour, and it is expected to make landfall on the coast of Mexico by um, later this evening or early tonight, and actually turn a little bit more towards the northeast as well before it does make its landfall. The maximum winds of 200 miles per hour are relatively confined to the eye wall of the storm. Hurricane force winds extend out about 30 miles or so from the storm, and tropical storm force winds, winds of 40 miles per hour or more, extend out about 170 miles in all directions from the storm. As you can see, it is a very compact storm system on the satellite imagery with a very well defined eye. And as the storm system is expected to make landfall on the southwest coast of Mexico, hurricane warnings are up for portions of the Mexican coast as well as tropical storm warnings either side of the coast of Mexico. The storm system's forecast track, as I mentioned, is expected to take the storm system across the southwest of Mexico, the southwest coast of Mexico, by later today. And once it moves onshore by later today, it will rapidly weaken. And as it rapidly weakens, the storm system will start to dissipate very quickly. But something that is going to have to be watched out for as we work our way into the weekend is a broad area of low pressure is expected to form over eastern and central Texas. The moisture from this weakening tropical system will meld or blend in with that developing low, and that will lead to very substantial and potentially serious life threatening rainfall, flash flooding, and flooding across central and eastern Texas, even into the western parts of Louisiana, western and southern Arkansas, and southeastern Oklahoma. So even though the system, Patricia, once it moves onshore and rapidly weakens, its moisture will become an entity in another potentially serious weather situation for the U.S., in this case, Texas and areas of the northwestern Gulf of Mexico. But again, Hurricane Patricia, one of the most powerful hurricanes, the most powerful hurricane observed in the Western Hemisphere, and it is expected to make landfall with potentially catastrophic storm surge and damage on the southwest of, coast of Mexico by later today.